Goals and, yes, more goals. The Twine was bulging last weekend in CAF action, and we'll have all the highlights for you in just a moment. CAF TV back for another week. Hey folks, I'm Alex Bastiansky. Welcome. There were a ton of goals scored last week. We'll show you as many as we can due to our time constraints, and yes, there really were that many goals. Also, Kevin DeSerpa of Jenga Academy is going to be sitting right here next to me discussing some fantastic new developments with his program. And we'll have a story on an exciting new partnership between CAF and Next Gen Canada. All that coming up later on. But first, we've got to get to those goals. We start with the under 14 group. ADP Academy has been rolling through the Super Group so far. Through 2 games, they were undefeated heading into last weekend. And Bree Academy were the latest team to feel the wrath of that ADP juggernaut on Sunday. Game highlights now brought to you by Leica Sports. Leica, your passion, our commitment. Yeah, Bree were in a world of hurt last Sunday. ADP has been lights out so far in the under 14 Super Group. Brutally windy day. Look at those flags. Didn't affect ADP though. They hit early and often. 3 minutes in. Cheyenne Amrani, the tiny assassin, 1-0 for ADP. 3 minutes later, Mateus Mello. Look at the sweet moves here as he sets it all up. Feeds Matthew Radavoisa. Gorgeous 2-0 ADP. They keep coming. Cheyenne Amrani gets sprung for his second of the game, and it's ADP fully in control of 3-0 at just 7 minutes in. Gurjit Singh had a massive game for ADP, just under the bar with that one. 4-0 for the boys in blue. Poor Bree goalie Kassan Vithanage was under fire all day, but gets down there to make the nice stop. Second half, it got no better for Bree. ADP up 5-0 at this point. Ryan Sturdy goes for a run, and it's the boys in blue up by a 6 spot. 52nd minute. Gurgis, cool, calm, and collected as he evades the goalie and puts it home, and it's 7-0 ADP. They made it 8 1 minute later, and then in the 55th minute, Matteo Lenardi showing off the soft touch here. Smooth work, boys. 9-0. Then Gurgis goes back to work from well out here. Beautiful floater that tucks just under the bar. 10-0 ADP. And then finally, Matt Radavoisa goes in for a stroll. A long stroll, actually. But finally, he slides it home. ADP just too good. They'd add one more to make it an even dozen. Bree just overwhelmed on this day. Afterwards, Gurjit Singh understandably satisfied with the way his squad played on Sunday afternoon.
We just finished all their chances, try to get most goals, and we play a passing game and we try to pass and then finish our chances. That's all. I just had the most chances, so I try to finish them.
Well, not to be outdone in the goal department last weekend was Epic, who were also undefeated as they took on Chantilly in their under-14 Super Group debut. The boys from Hamilton put up a good fight, but Epic proved to be just a bit too much for them to handle. Epic undefeated so far in under-14 play on a collision course with ADP and what should be an incredible game on August 20th. In this one, Epic a good early chance. Justin Hendricks tries his luck. Harrison Ferrugia gets down to make the nice stop. Ferrugia, sharp for Chantilly on this day. Moments later, big save again, this time on Marc-Anthony Cololancia. But nothing he can do about this one. Hendricks with a gorgeous pass to Ahmed Zaglul. Ouchie on the goalpost, though, on the follow-through. Not a good spot. He was down, but not out. 1-0 Epic. Stayed that way into the second half, where Epic blew it wide open. Michael Paraskurovopoulos comes oh so close right there. The little man with the huge last name. Harder last name than mine to pronounce even. No worries though. 51st minute. Michael, as I'm going to call him from this point on, strikes it home to make it 2-0 Epic. And you got to admire Michael. Keep an eye on him here. Probably the smallest guy out there. He ends up getting absolutely smoked by the Chantilly player right there. Gets right up though and applies the takedown. Tough guy. Don't mess with the little pit bull. That's for sure. 60th minute, Jahari Lawrence chilling out front here, and there for the simple tap-in to make it 3-0 Epic. And then Andrew Betancourt with one of the goals of the week, packing some dynamite in that right foot. Beautiful strike. Epic up by 4. Great ball movement by the boys in orange here. 70th minute, Matthew Plath finishes it off in style to make it 5-0. And just before the final whistle, though, Ferrugia comes up with the saves of the week. The second one right here, boom. That is a doozy. Great goaltending by the Chantilly keeper. Unfortunately for him, 5-zip Epic is your final. Andrew Betancourt had a huge game for Epic and talked about just how tough it was to play in the brutal, windy conditions.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. You have to really time your passes well, and you have to like play in front of them because the ball will spin back. It's crazy. Hope not to play here again with the wind.
Welcome back to CAF TV. On to the under-16 group we move now. Sunday afternoon saw a rematch of Week 1. Chantilly dropped ADP the first time they faced off back on May 28th. So the boys from Mississauga were chomping at the bit to reverse that result this time around. ADP had yet to win a game heading into this contest in the under-16 group. Would their luck change against Chantilly? Well, they get a good early chance. Justin Dvorak fights off 3 Chantilly players, but slides it just wide of the far post. Keep your eye on this one, though. The rarest occurrence in soccer almost occurs. Chantilly keeper using the wind at his back very nearly tucks it under the bar. That would have been awesome. Ablud Imani shows off some sweet moves in the 10th minute. Lex Hancock's there to get down and make the nice stop, though. Second half, Chantilly strikes. It's Israel Perrin doing all the work here. I'm just going to shut up and let you watch this gorgeous play. Beautiful. King Wedderburn actually finished it off, but that play was all about Perrin. Chantilly holds on for the 1-0 victory and 3 points. And the boys from Hamilton are now a perfect 2-0 in under-16 play this season. Well, heading into last weekend, the one team in the under-16 supergroup yet to make their debut was Future Academy, and they finally hit the pitch against Brampton Elite. Now, Brampton had played powerful Epic extremely tight the week previous in a 2-1 loss, so they're definitely no slouches, which makes Future's debut performance against them that much more impressive. And we didn't know much about Future heading into this contest. It was our first viewing, and they made an impression. 12th minute. The ball pinballs around the box here. Lucas Ferreira with the nice little back heel here. Watch it. But Elite gets there for the goal line stand and keep it scoreless. Soon after, though, Future pressing. Benjamin Segal slides behind the Elite defense. Nice little tip in. And 1-zip Future in the first half as they draw first blood. And then some nice ball movement by Future. But the Elite keeper gets down in time to smother the ball. Second half, Future continues on the attack. Kalen Robinson tries his luck from 30 yards out here and nearly pulls it off. Great sprawling save there, though, by the Elite goalie. Soon after, though, Robinson does come through. Watch as he nicely corrals the ball and smokes it home. 2-0 for Future Academy in the second half. Elite nearly gets one back late in the contest, though, off the nice one-timer out front here, but keeper Anthony Guerreri sprawls to make the nice save, and Guerreri hung on for the shutout. 2-zip Future is your final. Elite winless now on the season, but have shown strongly in both their contests to date, so kind of unfortunate that they're pointless so far. Okay, back to the under-14 group we go. Toronto International taking on Brampton Elite. T.O. hits the score sheet first, 20th minute. Kai Garvey, 1-zip for Toronto. 4 minutes later, Ethan Hunter to Trayvon Fuller, making it look easy as he goes top shelf. 2-0 Toronto going up. I apologize, Brampton game sheets were unreadable, so I don't have names, but this is a fantastic goal in the 30th minute by Mr. number 13 to cut the lead in half, but in the 39th minute, Kai Garvey again. And International goes up by a 3-1 count. Second half, Toronto further extends its lead. Fuller gets chopped down in the box. Jaden Trudeau takes and makes, and it's 4-1 for T.O. Brampton gets one back late. Corner kick. Mr. number 3 there to knock it home. They cut in lead in half, but that's as close as they would get on this day. 4-2 Toronto is your final. Guy Garvey was man of the match for TO with 2 goals, and he liked his team's play better in the first half, actually, as opposed to the second.
Today we played great. First half we played amazing. Second half we were sloppier, but we can do much better. All thanks to the team, because without them passing it, I couldn't score my goals at all.
Okay, let's take a look at some scores from the CAF Open Supergroup. 3 games last weekend. Started off with Brampton City doubling up BSC Academy on June 12th from Centennial Stadium. City looking very strong so far this year. And then a behemoth matchup between Supernova and Toronto, Croatia. 2 very strong teams. They scrap it out to a 1-1 tie that same evening. And finally, Epic Toronto with a 2-1 win over the Atomic Selects, who have yet to garner a win so far this season. Okay, league table. Let's see where all the teams currently sit, starting with the under-14 group. As mentioned, Epic and ADP. That game in August is going to be a massive encounter, so check your calendars for that. Circle it. Both with 9 points. London Elite in third, tied with Toronto International in the under-16 group. Epic sitting on top with Chantilly, both with 6 points. Dragon Force in third, tied with Mississauga United, and there's Future picking up a win in their first game. They now have 3 points on the season. And in the open group, City sits on top with 7 points. Supernova and Croatia both tied with 5 points. Epic FC with 4. BSC Academy with 3. And Atomic Selects, as mentioned, yet to pick up a point. Welcome back to CAF TV. Alex Bashuvansky here in the Rogers studio, and joined now by 2 members of Jenga Academy. Yes, interesting name, Jenga. And Kevin DeSerpa is the head coach. He knows exactly what he's doing with these guys, and he's going to give us some background behind the Jenga name. And to my immediate left, Noah Nemec. And yes, there's different ways you could say the last name, and I'm probably brutalizing it. Give us the name one more time.
Nemec.
Nemec. Okay. And when you see the spelling on the screen, you'll understand why I have a problem with this. But guys, welcome to the studio.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Jenga, let's go back to the basics here and talk about it. We had you on last year, but for those who may not have watched the program last year, let's talk about Jenga Academy. Even the name behind it, where Jenga comes from and what it means.
Well, it started in 2009 when I quit playing professional soccer and I wanted to start an academy and train kids. So there was a lot of talk on what it was going to be called, and many people threw out many different names, and I decided to go with Jenga because it was a style of play that I liked and a style of play that was attractive to me and to many people. So I did my research. There was no Jenga soccer in Canada, so I went with that.
There's an actual definition to the name, though, isn't it? Like when it comes to, and what is it?
It's a rhythm of movement and a special sway of the body that can deceive a defender, right, in a soccer term. So that's kind of what I went with, because that's the type of style of player I like to train and create.
Right. Excellent. This gentleman to my left here, we've got some great footage we've been showing of him playing last year, scoring some incredible goals. And I just found out, and I knew he was playing a year up, and Kevin actually just informed me you were playing up 2 years last year, because this year you're actually playing under 13.
This year.
This year you are. Last year he was playing under 14. Noah, first of all, how did you enjoy, I mean, as I said, we watched you score some incredible goals. How did you like last year playing up against kids who were so much older than you were?
It was great, but it was obviously tough because they're much stronger and faster. But I had to put up with that and just play my game.
And how much would you say you learned from playing against kids who were so much older, bigger, and faster than you are?
I learned to play the ball quickly, because if I don't, then they'll smash right through me and it's a higher chance of getting injured.
Right. And as we said, still some pretty awesome highlight reel goals you managed to score. You've had Noah in the program now for, I believe you said, almost 6 years.
Almost 6 years. He started training with Jenga when he was 8.
Right. So you've seen a lot of this guy play, and it goes without saying you're pretty impressed with his game, I guess.
You know, like, there's certain players that can pick up things immediately, and then there are certain players that can pick up things a little bit slower. And Noah is a player that picks it up immediately, and his intelligence on understanding the information is right there. So his improvements are faster, and they're much more progressive in a positive way because of his understanding of the information, his mentality, his also maturity for his age.
Right.
He's been with us for a long time. Our mentality is to act professional and to be professional and to train professional. So that's been implemented into him for 6 years. And you know, you watch the goals that he scores and the plays that he's done. He's still only 13 years old, so he has another year or two to still grow a little bit more and get a little bit more mature. And I think there we really have something, because you know, I'm not just saying this because he's my player. I'm saying this because every team we play against says that this guy is unbelievable.
But he was one of the best guys on the turf last year when he was playing up 2 age groups in the CAF Super Group, as we saw. We're running out of time, and I know you wanted to touch on 2 great tournaments you guys got to play in, and Noah, were you a part of them as well? You got to go over and play in Portugal and in Spain last year. Tell us about them.
So 2 years ago, we went to Barcelona, and we got the opportunity to play against some big teams. One of them was Sevilla. It was our first game of the tournament, and Noah played, and the actual coach of Sevilla came up to me and said, "You're a player right over there. He's something special." So that went really well for us. Now we're going into a tournament that is in Portugal, and it has another tournament with big name teams, PSG, PAOK, and we picked Sporting in our group. So it's actually a blessing, because these kids get to challenge themselves against some very high competitive, real serious kids their own age at a high level club.
Right. How did you find playing against these guys? What's it like for you playing against these guys, and the skill set you see from the European players?
Over there, it's more, mentality is more direct to soccer, but over here it's more everywhere, because there's hockey, football, there's sports over there.
They're focused on that soccer, is what you're saying.
It's all soccer there.
Yeah. Yeah, and you love the challenge that these kids got from being over there and what you saw.
Of course, I saw Noah do things against potential Sevilla top players. They are Sevilla. They're 10 years old, 11 years old, 12 years old. Doesn't matter. He's Canadian. They're from Spain, and he's up to beat with them. And he's actually, when you see some of the highlights, they're unbelievable.
Yeah, and thanks for providing the video, by the way, that we're taking a look at of some of the great stuff. Guys, thank you so much for being here. And if people want to find it, we should mention, by the way, it's Kitchener-Waterloo is where you guys are based out of. If people want to find out more about it, jingasoccer.ca is where they can head to, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. We're going to obviously correspond with you guys as the season goes along, but thanks for being in the studio.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, guys. More CAF TV coming up in just a second. Welcome back to CAF TV. Well, CAF was thrilled recently to announce a new partnership with Next Gen Soccer, something they feel is going to be a huge benefit to its members. And Next Gen in April and May held its first ever Canada Regional Training Showcase at the Ontario Soccer Centre, with nearly 200 CAF players attending, and the cream of the crop were selected to Next Gen International Select Squads. So what is Next Gen, and why is CAF so excited? We find out now.
That's when you stop. Let's go. Hands ready. Lead. Ten, 9, 8, 7. Push, push.
We're here today at OSA in collaboration with CAF. So CAF are our Ontario Player Development Partnership with Next Gen Canada. So we're looking to supplement and support existing best practice platforms. So we're delighted to be partnered with CAF. We see tremendous potential in partnering with CAF to inspire, educate and empower promising young players within the CAF platform, to support the CAF membership through player development, coaching support and parental education.
This is a no-brainer. Let's make this happen. You know, with CAF growing the way it is and giving the opportunities to the kids to be able to platform to another opportunity, whether it be scholarship or professional.
A player with talent will never reach the potential without attitude, character and leadership.
Next Gen Canada is an extension of Next Gen USA. We've been speaking about bringing this program into Canada. It's proven success. It's a true pathway for players looking to get to college, university and the professional level. It's really an identification process, but it's just a pure development program for boys and girls.
It really shows the level. Coming first gen here to Canada really gives the impression to players what it means to be at the top. You know, it gives them the professionalism, you know, getting a taste of what it actually could become, both scholarship and both professionally, which is very good for them.
Really enjoy trying to catch everything possible, especially in training. Why? Because we know you can parry that one, right? But can you hold that one?
The training level and the coaching staff, you can tell that they're at a high caliber level. The players, it's pretty much like an all-star team, so everyone's skill level is serious, everyone's being serious. The attitude and it's just positive. It's just a positive place to play.
We're very excited at this partnership that CAF has done with Next Gen in the USA, because now landing soon will be Next Gen Canada, and hopefully it will just give a nice platform for players to be able to move on to these opportunities.
It's definitely an exciting time for CAF and Next Gen. If you'd like to be a part of CAF Next Gen International Development Festivals this summer, you can. Taking place from July 4th through 7th in Oakville. Look at the coaches from Argentina, Scotland, England, Belgium, Holland, and France. The players will learn from the best, play with elite players, take part in workshops. It's an amazing opportunity for players to take their game to that next level. And if you want to find out more, pretty simple. Head to cafsoccer.com or nextgenusa.org. There are a limited amount of spaces, so if you're interested, be sure to sign up soon. Okay, CAF countdown time, the top 5 plays of the week. Number 5, Mateus Melo of ADP, gorgeous, splits the defense, feeds it to Matthew Radovoisa out front for the score. Beautiful goal. Number 4, Harrison Farugia of Chantilly, making not one but 2 massive stops against Epic last Sunday. Chantilly lost 5-0, but Farugia was awesome. Number 3, Brampton Elite number 13. We don't know your name, but with a shot like this, I'm sure we'll know it soon enough. Beautiful goal against Toronto International. At number 2, Andrew Betancourt against Chantilly lowers the boom. What a right foot. What a one-timer. And number 1, Israel Perrin of Chantilly Forever. Just absolutely toys with the ADP under 16s here. First, he shakes off 3 players at midfield, turns on the Jets, and hits King Wedderburn out front for the finish. But that play was all Perrin. Definitely our play of the week. And that's it for this week, folks. Remember, though, head to cafsoccer.com for all the latest news, stats, and standings. At CAF_football on Twitter. And, of course, Canadian Academy of Football on Facebook. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you next week.